We're changing a wheel bearing on a 2000 Mercury Mountaineer. We've jacked it up, got the wheel up. First, we've loosened up the axle nut with my impact, and loosened up all 5 lug nuts. Both take those off, and then we'll start taking the rest. Okay, we got the wheel off. Next, we're going to pull off the caliper bolts. First, we're going to loosen this up. I usually pry something in behind here, pulling a piston back, and that'll make that loose. Then we can take off these 2 bolts, and there's 2 more for the housing, which will get to release the rotor, so the wheel bearing assembly will be exposed. Okay, we used a 1/2-inch ratchet and loosened up these 2 bolts. One here, one there, and then they come pretty easy. Also, don't forget to stick a screwdriver in here and pry back just a little bit, just enough to really relieve the pressure off the caliper so it can be removed. And then we'll have 2 bigger bolts behind here that are hard to see right there. They have to come out to get what holds the caliper bracket on there. With that caliper bracket removed, now we can remove the rotor. That's loose. That'll come right off. Should just pull it off. Some of them, if they're brand new, there'll still be a set screw in them you'll have to drill out or try to remove. Up here, we usually end up just drilling them because they're corroded so bad. And in behind here now, I can start loosening up the 3 bolts that hold the wheel bearing in. Okay, there's 3 bolts on the back of the wheel bearing we have gotten. There are a 15 mil, I believe, and one right here, one on the top here, and then one on the other side. What we found best is to rotate this whole knuckle one way to get the first 2, and then all the way the other way to get the last one. I always give this nut, I pull it almost all the way off, and then I'll roll it in almost all, just to where you can barely see the shaft. I'll give it a smack with a hammer, and then we should start being able to remove the wheel bearing. Okay, we got the wheel bearing pulled out. Sometimes you have to get a wedge and pry on them in between here and your knuckle. The next part's always a pain, because you gotta get all these little clips off so you can get that line for the ABS sensor free, and then reroute your new one through those exact same ones. And then you should just be able to reverse the steps and put it in. Most of the time you're going to beat the crap to get this out because it's usually seized right in there. Okay, we've reversed the steps. I need some light. I put the 3 bolts that were 15 mil back in between the 3. There's one of them. There's just 3 on this one. The only thing I didn't show in this video, well, lots of other things, but is I didn't show you have to line the splines up on this. You just give this whole thing a wiggle as you're putting it in the hole, and the splines line up pretty easy. Then put your nut back on. I always hand tighten it until I set the wheel back on, and then I usually torque that on this, I believe, to 175 foot-pounds, I think it calls for in the book. That's the main thing I'm concerned about, is this, because if you over tighten it, preloads the bearing, wears it out prematurely on you. Then don't forget to hook up your ABS wires. That's always a little treat to run back and hook up, and follow the reverse steps also for hooking up your caliper. Don't forget your bracket, your hanger bracket, then your caliper, and you should be all set.